What's up, bud? It's Rob. I was literally just about to go send out these orders, and then I had an idea, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna pop on here and shoot this video for YouTube. And what I wanted to talk about in this video here is how marketers who are focused on long-term growth will destroy and crush marketers who are focused on immediate gratification almost every day of the week, okay? So I want to talk to you about long-term growth strategies for your clothing brand and what that means. Apparel Success is sponsored by my buds over at Brand Crowd. And if you need designs made for your clothing brand, then I seriously recommend that you check them out. They have this huge library of already professionally designed logos that you can customize. You can add your own fonts, your own layout to it. All of that's free to try. Then if you decide that you like the logo that you've made, then you can decide to purchase it, remove it from the marketplace so that it's yours. If you're interested, follow the link in the description because it'll give you a huge discount. All right, so the big question for your clothing brand is, how do you make more sales? How do you sell more clothing? Like, what is the method? What's the strategy to selling more clothing? Because clearly what I'm trying to do here isn't working, right? That's the main question that gets asked inside the closed Facebook group and on this YouTube channel is, how do I sell more? And the reason why most people struggle with this, what 99% of clothing brands do and what 99% of businesses do, is they try to sell way too early. Okay, they're trying to close a sale literally just upon meeting a new potential customer or interacting with your target audience, and there's not enough value up front to build trust and to really portray the value that you have to offer first. It's kind of like being in a bar trying to walk up to a girl and the first thing that you ask her is like, hey, you want to come home with me? There's not enough build up, and really she hasn't gotten to know you yet, and so obviously she's just gonna say, no, who the hell are you? I don't want to buy this product, basically. And essentially, like, I know that's kind of funny, but like, for real, that's what people are doing online. That's what they're trying to do online. And the secret to making sales online and to really winning online is to offer value up front first and to really expose value. And what this means for a clothing brand is really building up an audience where people are interested in your content and they really actually enjoy your content and they're getting value out of it. And maybe that means that your content is stuff that's super shareable. Maybe it's really funny. Maybe it's exciting, maybe it's kind of crazy and wacky, whatever it is, they're getting value from your content first. And then as they're getting all of that value, they sort of realize, you know, this is a clothing brand that I like and that I trust now, and this is something that I'd actually be interested in buying. The really tricky part about this is that when it comes to sharing value up front, this can take a long amount of time, and it really has to be something that you want to do. Like, you want to be looking for content that you think is funny and that you enjoy sharing with your audience. When it comes to this YouTube channel here, I have to enjoy, you know, the first year that I did on this channel where it was literally just shooting videos, not asking for anything in return, and just enjoying the process of sharing. And what that does is people lock into that. They see, you know, this is somebody who's just sharing freely. He clearly enjoys what he's doing. And he's not just trying to take from me, right? Like, I'd be doing this regardless of whether you decide to buy from me or not. I just love hopping on YouTube. I love doing this. This is like my creative expression here. And it's really similar when it comes to your clothing brand. Let's put this into practical terms for your clothing brand here. Let's say that your clothing brand has a sense of humor, or your clothing brand is literally about horror and like scaring people and being like a dark sort of brand. Let's say that your clothing brand's all about basketball or a different sport, or maybe it's about music. Then whatever content that you're putting out on, say, YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, you can start putting out content that you enjoy on your clothing brand's concept. So let's say that your clothing brand is all about being dark and being, you know, it's kind of like a horror brand. Maybe you can put out content that's super freaky, that's super scary, that's really edgy, that you know your target audience would be interested in. And if they're interested in that, then they may also be interested in your clothing brand. And this is where you really want to find, you know, what meshes with you, what's the type of thing that you resonate with that you can put out on social media and really represent your clothing brand, so that when people find it, they're finding it valuable, they're kind of being engaged with it, and they're being sucked into you and what you have to offer. And then at the end of the day, you can just drop your clothing brand on them, and they're like, okay, this is something that I'd totally be down for because, you know, I really like their content and I really like what they stand for. So for my own clothing brand, we're looking into creating funny videos that we can put out on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, wherever it is, where we can build our audience of people who would be interested in the funny side of rural Canada and they may be able to relate with the types of videos that we're putting out, and they may find it hilarious. And as they find our content hilarious, as we're offering them this value, then they may say, this is awesome, this completely resonates with who I am, and I really like this, and it really is aligned with my identity. This is something that I definitely want to buy and purchase because it's absolutely hilarious and it's something that I like. And we're starting to realize as a brand that K-Bud is really, it's not meant to be this serious thing. Like when people say K-Bud in rural Canada, it's like we made this brand almost sarcastically, almost poking fun at ourselves as Canadians because we think that, our accent is absolutely hilarious, and we also, just love it, right? Like it's a part of who we are as Canadians, and it's like our own light sense of humor. When we create content on that, other people who share that and they see our funny videos, they'll be sucked in and they'll be, really into our brand, rather than obviously trying to just put an ad in front of people where it's just like our t-shirt and we're like, hey, buy this t-shirt here, and people are like, I don't like cool, nice t-shirt, but I don't know who the hell you are and I don't really care. I don't have any sort of investment at all in this brand right now. So this is really about getting your target audience, getting your leads invested emotionally in your brand and sort of entangled with your brand before they even consider buying. And that's a beautiful thing, right? They can absorb your content if they want, just kind of like what you guys do. And if you don't want to buy anything that I have, that's 100% cool with me. And, if they want to go deeper and they see the value that you have to offer, then that's amazing. They can go even deeper and actually decide to buy your clothing. And that is an absolutely powerful thing, okay? This is something that 99% of businesses are not doing enough of online, and they don't understand the importance of. They're way too caught up in this immediate gratification of needing to make sales now, rather than seeing the long-term picture and saying, if I put out a whole bunch of content and build up an audience here that trusts me and loves the content, then basically I can come out with whatever I want. And as long as it's valuable and offers, my target audience value, then they're most likely willing to reciprocate because you've already offered them so much value up front. Marketing a business online is mostly about the long tail. You need to put out content and really just offer free value all the time so that you can keep building up your audiences. And then the long tail is, maybe 6 months or a year down the road, somebody decides to pull the trigger and buy what it is that you have to offer. I hope you got a lot out of this video here. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and drop your brand down there as well. I like to check out the brands that are watching, and check out my free clothing brand marketing masterclass. It's 100% free to watch. All you have to do to get access is go to apparelsuccess.com/masterclass, and you can watch the whole thing for free. And if you've made it to this point in the video, I want to tell you about the closed Facebook group that we have going on for Apparel Success. There's a link in the description below. Follow that link, join us in the group, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.